All right, here's the fish tank. So this guy right here, you gotta watch him. So I have this little white little hand, and you gotta keep him away from your corals. Right now, he's just not happy. He's trying to find a new place in the tank, but you just kind of tap him. But if you cut him in half and you're trying to make a couple of them, just keep him away from your corals. Sometimes I'll just lay the little hand on him like that, and he'll just retract on his own. But I don't poke him too hard. You know, it's just keep him away from your corals, otherwise he'll cook them, because he'll just take over your tank. He just kind of moves wherever he wants to. So I keep the little hand thing back here. You can keep it wherever you like, but normally it's not this noisy either. You can turn the little thing down below to make it quieter. I have the face here, it's magnetic. So you can just kind of pull on the side and it will pop it off. It's easier to do when you use two hands. So once you get the face off, it'll show the internal. So as you can see, protein skimmer is working. I keep this little tea bottle here. Open that up and then put that in there and then twist it. Oh, we're gonna pause. And then it just kind of drains in there from out of there. And then you twist the little thumb thing, and I keep it up top up here, up above the water level. To clean this out, there's a little twister on the top here. And you see how it's spinning? And you spin back and forth, and it cleans the little window off on the inside. And that makes it so you only have to take the top off once a month. Down in here is filter media. There's 2 bags. You're gonna get 2 other bags with it. You float it in one of these little containers right here, and you put like half full of bleach and the other half full of RO water, and you just let it set for a month and they'll turn white again and they'll recharge themselves. And then you switch that out every month. Right here is the filter media. You take this out about every 3 days. So right here with the filter media, I just reach in, pull it out, let it drain a little bit, and then I drop it in this little pitcher right here. Get a new piece of filter media, stick it up in there, and tuck it real nice. So about every 3 to 4 days, you should be replacing that filter media. This ugly thing right here is the auto top off system. I have it set up so that this one right here, it should be at about that level. See how it's just kind of up? That turns it off. If it ever failed, the second one right here will go all the way up to the top and turn it off. So it has a 2-stop safety mechanism on it. And then on the inside, I put a float valve right there that if that inside corridor gets too full, it's not going to let the fish tank fill up with the fresh water, and it will just shut it off, the hose altogether. So I have 3 safety mechanisms that make this work. Down here, all these corals come with it. There won't be any light or anything, so these corals you should put in the upper tank when you're ready. This little mag float thing is what holds the coral tray down there. So you can disconnect it from it if you want to use it to clean it. This red stuff that's caked on is a sign of a really healthy fish tank. So you shouldn't let it grow. And then you can kind of see where the water level stands. I don't have any bad critters in my fish tank, so there's really nothing in here that you have to worry about treating for. If you ever get new corals I'm going to include a coral dip with this. Just read the instructions. You got to dip all your corals before they go in. Right here, this green stuff is macroalgae. I kind of starve the tank, so it doesn't really have any bad stuff. I don't overfeed them. I feed my fish once a day, and they all seem to be happy. Nobody dies, but zoas like a dirty tank. That's why I don't have very many zoas right there. But these ones love a clean tank, so it all depends on what you like to do with that. I'll give you well, I won't give you a list of what these do. You choose what they do. So basically, I use these ones primarily, and I have it so I click off the first top 5, and that usually shuts off the pump for the top, and then the wave, I think the wave makers and stuff, the skimmer, when I'm doing water change, because you don't want the water, you know, up there doing its thing. I hope these guys make it through the move. I've heard you can have them out of the water for 3 hours. These guys, I was hoping to have the whole back wall covered someday. So hopefully you'll send me some pictures if that ever happens, and they'll just keep doing their thing. This guy right here is a Falco hawkfish. He's one of my favorites. He has little party hats on the top, so we call him Party Hat because he's always watching us. So he's probably one of the coolest fish that we got in there. Here's finally a video of the little guys all together, the PJ Cardinal, and these are the guys coming out to play. If the clowns are nipping at you, that means that they laid eggs and they're trying to protect them, so don't think that they bite all the time. They usually don't. They just nip you, and it's nothing that's a big deal. To clean the glass, I use this, and for the rough stuff like this, I use a plastic razor blade, which I'll include. I'll give you a few of those. But you really don't want to use a metal razor blade unless it's really bad. You don't want to risk scratching it. But this right here, they said was good for acrylic tanks. So, you know, if you're going to get a new one of them, make sure you read the label, and if it has to say good for acrylic, they don't sell this one anymore. The light system are the 26 series. Basically, I don't run these on full power. I will send you a screenshot, or I'll try to screen share what the lighting cycle is that I have on my phone, so you can just load it into yours and have them good to go. As you can see, I kind of run it low so it makes these guys reach. So you can see how they're kind of longer. This guy right here is one of these guys. That guy right there is one of those guys. This one will grow pretty well if you keep them away from the stinging guy here. We got one of those down in the sump. I try to keep the Rhyodactys, the Supermans, away from the other rocks. That's why these are all on separate little flower pots that you can move around. You can kind of put them anywhere. You can even put these flower pots up there in the rocks if you want. The 2 rock flower anemones are somewhere in there. There's a giant orange one. He's probably bigger than this. He's orange and green. And then I think we'll find it when we pull the rocks out. Here's something else to look for. You see this guy right here? I bumped him earlier when I was cleaning the glass. They don't know how to right size themselves. So you gotta maybe use your little hand to put them where they need to go. Luckily he saved himself. But that's why we have the hand. When I feed about that many. I'd say there's probably 30 little dots in there. And I just basically, I don't turn any of the fans off or the blowers off. I just let them do a free-for-all. And it just kind of drops down there and they all get excited about it. Purple grandma back there. I don't know how many of these I have left, but basically they just come in these little sheets. You need these for the 2 big yellow guys. He eats it on a daily, and Mr. Tang back there, he eats it daily. That's what I have this little chip clip for. You can put this anywhere you want. If you want to tie them like to this little clip on the side, you could. I just used some fishing line in there. These clips are supposed to be waterproof, so these ones don't rust. So I'll see if I can show you what it looks like. Well, we're going to do it one-handed. So you just grab the little basket here, slide it off, and then open it up. After a while, this thing gets really funky smelling, and just open it up and lay it down in the fish tank in the dirt, and there is a pincushion urchin who will love you for life, and he'll come over and he'll clean it up all the way. We call him King because he likes to grab corals and wear them like a little hat, or he'll wear little rocks from the bottom of the fish tank. So he'll clean that up, so will the other little crabs and stuff. After you put your chip clip back on, it should just look like that. I have some pieces sticking out, just kind of sloppily do it, and then I put it in there. Again, this is just temporary setup. Don't think you have to have this flopping around in the front of the display like this. But right now it's just for while we're doing this move here and I'm getting things set up. So you should see these guys get excited. They're all having a little party in here. So again, watch this guy right here and just kind of give him a nice little pet. He doesn't necessarily sting us. It just feels sticky. So if you touch him, he just has a sticky feel to him, and he's silky. So the only thing that's poisonous in here is this guy. His fins on the top. He's never come by me. If my hand goes anywhere near him, I'll go to the other side of the tank. Just don't freak him out or corner him or try to grab him with your hand. So that's the only one you got to worry about. The other ones are zoas. These ones that look like little tiny flowers. These are scrambled egg zoas that we're looking at. You don't want to handle those and then go eat something. So the only pest I have in my tank is this guy. And he is annoying. You don't want to just clip him, he'll make more. So since he's really the only guy there, he's been there for 3 years. I left him alone and we had an agreement. So he seems to be okay with that. He's not gonna spread anywhere. Or he might have one friend, but don't deal with him. If you're going to, you got to use lemon juice that's hot or boiling water. Otherwise, they just release spores, and it's a big deal to clean them up. Down in the sump down there is some of these little grape-looking things. As you can see, there are none up here